From massive footprints carved into stone to haunting traces left by ancient hands, these discoveries rewrite everything we thought we knew about our past. So buckle up, because what you're about to see isn't just history.
Okay, hey, that looks great. Vince, we got something. It looks like a skull.
It's the kind of mystery that refuses to stay buried.
So they're digging up some of these more bodies, and this one is interesting. He has a pair of glasses actually still on his face.
Back in 2023, a TikTok video went viral when a tourist explored a mysterious cave in Thailand. As he went deeper, he was stunned to discover a giant human skeleton lying on the ground, carefully preserved within a boundary.
There's our giant human being.
Try and put myself here for reference.
It actually looks pretty cool.
Paleontologists later claimed that the skeleton belonged to the Nephilim, the ancient giants of biblical lore. This mysterious site quickly became a tourist attraction, drawing curious crowds. A giant skull. Dr. Harold Dibble and his dedicated team came across something extraordinary in the heart of Africa, a gigantic skull. But this was not an ordinary discovery.
C'est le grand moment pour toi. You never expect to really come across them because it's so rare.
They claimed it was a 10,000-year-old skull of a child. What secrets did it hold about the morphology of Africa's earliest generations? Could this skull be a clue or a trace to the ancient human giants that once roamed our world? What if the stories are true? This discovery is the first step in uncovering a mystery far grander and more terrifying than we could ever imagine. One-eyed sculpture. A traveler was wandering in the mountains in Prestatyn, North Wales, when he found a hidden cave. Inside, it was dark, and he felt strange. As he got closer, he saw scary sculptures and carvings on the walls. One sculpture had a single, creepy eye. He realized it was a dark shrine. He felt terrified and recorded the scene before leaving. He shared the video, and people online figured out it was Talacray Hall Grotto, a man-made cave from the 1800s. But no one knew what could have inspired this sculpture of a one-eyed giant, and did they exist back in ancient times? Enormous footprints. In Tanzania, an unbelievable discovery emerged in the Maasai village back in 2006. Humanlike, approximately 2 feet long, 400 footprints. Dr. Kevin Atalo was working on this site. He claimed that these footprints were imprinted approximately 16 to 19,000 years ago during a fissure eruption. The mystery of those footprints was not even solved yet when another similar discovery was made in Texas. Massive humanoid footprints were found embedded in ancient riverbeds. What was once mud had hardened into a cement-like substance across many north-central Texas riverbeds. Experts have different opinions about them.
Prehistoric ancestors walked across a field in the modern nation of Tanzania and left footsteps that would last for millennia. Now they're part of the largest fossil footprint site ever found on the African continent.
Locals believe that these discoveries pointed towards the existence of some mythical or legendary giant. Hidden treasure. An explorer and his team ventured into the Danakil Desert, where they came across a deep, hidden cave. Inside, they discovered a mysterious black metal box that looked quite old. In suspense, one team member carefully opened it. Their eyes widened in disbelief to look at the treasures, which included a glowing gold chain adorned with a red ruby, a delicate necklace, a unique gold book, and other gold jewelry inside the box. Later, experts confirmed that these antique artifacts once belonged to the legendary Queen of Sheba, a discovery that really shocked the world. Ancient crocodiles. Just 6 years ago, archaeologists in Kubat al-Hawa, Egypt, made an exceptional discovery that stunned the world. Deep inside an ancient burial site, they uncovered not one, but 4 mummified crocodiles, perfectly preserved for over 2,000 years. Covered in layers of rust and dust, these massive creatures were carefully extracted by experts. Their bones were still intact. It was a silent reminder of Egypt's sacred connection to the River Nile and its creatures. Today, they rest inside a museum, fully restored, looking almost alive, as if waiting for the next sunrise along the river they once ruled. Ogre footprints. Imagine exploring the Rocky Mountains of South Africa when suddenly your eyes catch something impossible. A gigantic footprint, over a meter long, pressed into solid rock. That's exactly what happened to one explorer. He couldn't believe his eyes and quickly filmed this incredible discovery. He broadcast the video on the internet. People were stunned, many guessing it as the ancient mark of a mythical giant ogre. What do you think this mysterious footprint belongs to? Hawaii mystery. A group of friends was traveling in the forest of Hawaii back in 2023 when they came across something strange. They witnessed enormous bones of some creature passing by Coco Crater, resembling the remains of a dinosaur. In fear, they did not stop at that spot, just captured the video and went away. One of them uploaded the video on YouTube, and it went viral. Some viewers suggested that the remains were those of a dinosaur placed there for a movie shoot, but some claimed those were the real remains of a dinosaur preserved over time. The truth behind the Coco Crater discovery left us to wonder what other secrets are yet to be revealed. Cave of Hands. In Clear Creek Canyon, a hidden cave was found in 1960. It wasn't just any other cave. It was covered in hundreds of handprints. People talked about ancient beings who left their marks on these walls. Their silent touch was safe for thousands of years.
Alright guys, this next spot we're going to is supposedly a cave with all kinds of handprints.
I can't believe people are ruining these ancient drawings. Things like this don't last forever.
Were these prints made by early humans, or by something more strange than that? This cave is like a silent book of secrets, still holding its amazing mystery. What amazing stories do those handprints hide? Archaeologists are still working on them. Cyclops' skull. A strange discovery shocked the scientists back in 2015 in the Midwest. They found a massive skull deep in the earth with a single eye socket in the center of its forehead. It had an unnatural resemblance to the legendary Cyclops, a giant from Greek mythology. Some dismissed it as a genetic mutation, but others argued that myths may have roots in truth.
The skeleton looked sort of human-like, only much bigger and a little stranger. Next thing you know, bada boom, bada bing, bada bam, you have a Cyclops.
Could this skull belong to a real, one-eyed giant? Later, the scientists claimed that it was an elephant skull, not a Cyclops one. Cave of Skulls. An explorer went deep into the Talgua Caves in central Honduras back in 2013. He was unaware of what he was going to explore. The air grew heavy when a strange sight emerged from the shadows, scattered skulls and bones lying on the earth. Did some monster eat them? Or were they also explorers who got stuck in this cave and passed away in it, and the time converted them into bones and skulls? The explorer could only wonder, because they had no answer to this question yet.
I could see that there was space, but every time I tried to move, I was just hitting wall.
Man-like rocks. People around the world are sharing videos of human-like faces made from rocks. This video was shared by a man on the internet. He was exploring the mountains somewhere in Australia when he saw a strange rock resembling a human-like face. Another video shared by a Pakistani man from Gilgit-Baltistan. A rock resembling a human face has the same facial features as any human.
इसका कलर चॉकलेटी है, बिल्कुल चॉकलेट्स है और यहाँ से ये बिल्कुल ह्यूमन फेस लग रहा है.
One more video surfaced on TikTok, which showed a clear face of a human, made with a rock. Some viewers said that it was man-made, and they carved the mountain so perfectly that it resembled a human face. This video was shared by a traveler who was driving in Patagonia when he saw something strange. A human-like face is clearly visible in the mountain. Did these human-like faces made with rocks link with some mystery or ancient stories about petrified giants? Or is it just a result of pareidolia, a human tendency to see human faces in everyday objects? Statues of soldiers. A discovery was made by a group of farmers who were digging a well in China back in 1974. While digging, they found some pieces of pottery and a warrior's head. Later, a team of archaeologists came to investigate the place, and with the passage of time, they found 8,000 warriors, an entire army of statues. Experts claim that it was the Terracotta Army, which was made by the first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang, to protect him in the afterlife. Now, this place has turned into a tourist attraction in China. Petrified giant. A man shared a video on YouTube, and it went viral in 2021. He was driving through the mountains of Arizona when he filmed a strange, human-like giant figure sitting by the mountain. He was stunned after seeing this sight. Did this figure belong to the giants petrified into the rocks over time, or a man-made sculpture? It is still a mystery. Nephilim's hand. A man wandering somewhere in Iran saw something strange. When he got closer, he was shocked to see a giant hand made of stone. As can be seen in the video, a stone hand is emerging from the mountain. He recorded it and shared it on the internet. Another post was shared by a woman, Linda Hinckley, who also witnessed this giant hand. Was it a hand of some ancient petrified giant or something? Some said it was a Nephilim's hand, but others argued that it was just a normal rock carved perfectly to look like a human hand. Unexpected discovery. A shocking discovery was made in Hidalgo when a man and two other guys were digging the ground with shovels. After going 10 feet down, they found a strange, triangular-shaped object that resembled a tomb. The tomb was decorated with engravings, including a stone box in which an alien-like figure was lying, which suggests a connection to otherworldly visitors. There is still no authentic archaeological evidence supporting the authenticity of this discovery. Netizens suggested they are alien mummies, but the experts have not confirmed it yet. So, this amazing discovery is still a mystery. Sacred manuscripts. Deep in a cave in the Qumran National Park, something bizarre happened back in 1947. When a shepherd was grazing his sheep nearby and one of his sheep ran into the cave, he went in and led to the discovery of some clay pots filled with strange parchments.
Mere chance that one shepherd went to look for his goat who disappeared, and he saw in a cave something which looks like jars. He was suspicious that those jars are ammunition or something like that, because in World War II, and remember it was only 2-3 years after World War II.
After further examinations, experts claimed that these are Dead Sea Scrolls, ancient Jewish manuscripts. Manuscripts were written in Hebrew and Greek, including biblical and other Jewish religious texts, and were 2,000 years old. This amazing discovery made by an ordinary shepherd ultimately proved that the text of the Bible has not changed in 2,000 years. Spooky cave encounter. A group of travelers was exploring the mountains in San Bernardino, California, when they found a deep cave. At first, it looked normal until they noticed something strange. A tunnel sealed with rusted metal rails, like an old mine shaft. The mine entrance was blocked. A short trail led to the mine entrance with railroad tracks for a cart visible on the ground. Curious, they moved closer to peek inside. And that's when they were shocked. Something moved in the darkness, slow, deliberate, almost watching them back. Although it was not visible, it might be a ghost or some animal. Then suddenly, a strange sound echoed from the cave.
Go, 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 go.
And they turned and ran without saying a word, leaving behind the cave and whatever was still waiting inside it. A giant sculpture. A couple was exploring a forest in Lishan, Sichuan, China, when they came across an unnatural giant hand rising from the earth. They got closer and were shocked to see that it was a human-like giant figure lying on the earth. Its hand was upward in the sky. Maybe it was a man-made sculpture. But the question is, what was it doing here in the middle of the forest? This video added to the existing claims on the internet about the giants who were petrified by God. Whether it was a myth or they actually existed on Earth is still a mystery. Daddy Longlegs. While wandering deep in the mountains, a man noticed a strange black patch on a rock. At first, he thought it was just a shadow, but as he moved closer, he realized it was alive. Thousands of tiny spiders were stuck together, forming a dark, moving layer. Out of curiosity, he poked the spot with a stick and suddenly they scattered in every direction. When he touched the surface with his finger, a few dropped to the ground. No one knows why they gathered there or what they were guarding. He captured the video, shared it on the internet, and the netizens claimed that they were daddy long-legged spiders. Petrified crocodile. While exploring the lands of ancient Tartaria, a tourist came across something unbelievable. Near the base of a rocky mountain, he saw a crocodile. It seemed like it was alive, but it wasn't. Its entire body was turned to stone, frozen in perfect detail. Scales, teeth, even its eyes, all petrified, were hauntingly real. Locals claimed it wasn't just an animal, but a guardian from an age when creatures and giants walked together. Since there's no explanation from experts, scientists called it a rock formation, but those who have seen it closely say it feels too alive to be just stone. Swinging chains. A wanderer was exploring the mountains near the old Horton mine in Nevada when he came across a dark cave entrance. Curiously, he stepped inside, and as he turned on his flashlight, the beam caught something strange. The chains were hanging from the ceiling and swaying silently in the darkness. He moved closer, when suddenly, the chains began to move on their own.
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not.
Who made the chain sway when there was no trace of wind? Hurriedly, he moved outside the cave. Whatever was inside didn't want him there. What is your opinion about the video? Cavern of Lost Souls. An explorer was wandering through the mountains of North Wales when he discovered a narrow cave entrance hidden behind the rocks. Inside, his flashlight revealed something unbelievable. There was a massive pile of abandoned cars, like a mountain of metal. Each car was old, its number plates erased by time. But the question was, how did they get here, deep inside a sealed cave? No roads, no tracks, no sign of human entry. Some said it was an old secret dump.
Gotta watch out, I don't want to cut myself. I'm just exploring, just seeing everything. I don't know any other explorers or people who have actually came to here, like actually to the other side. I don't think anyone's crazy enough to even do it.
He captured the moment and later posted it online. It spread like wildfire, and the audience claimed that this place is known as the Cavern of Lost Souls, but no one knows how it formed. Turkish monster. 2 years ago, a man was wandering in the mountains of Turkey when he entered a cave and encountered something terrifying. A black, creepy figure sat silently, staring at him with motionless eyes. Surprisingly, he turned on his camera and captured the moment. The figure was sitting still and staring at him. In fear, the man quickly ran out. Was it a ghost, a witch, or something more demonic? Some even claimed that the footage was just an edit, but no one actually knows what the real truth was. Early man remains. 11 years ago, deep in the ancient valleys of Oldupai, Tanzania, archaeologists discovered something that defied human history. Beneath layers of fissure ash, they found enormous skeletal remains, bones far larger than any known human. The team at first thought they belonged to animals, until they noticed the human-like shape. Who were these tall beings? Were they the mythical giants mentioned in ancient texts, or an unknown species erased by time? The site was quickly sealed, and details vanished from headlines. Longmen Grottos. In 2022, archaeologists in China uncovered ancient Buddhist statues that belonged to the Tang dynasty. Decorated with traces of gold, silver, lead, and colored glass, they still shone beneath centuries of dust. This art was beyond imagination. It was precise, spiritual, and deeply symbolic. How did ancient artists achieve such perfection without modern tools? These treasures remind us of a time when people's faith brought art to life, and they turned ordinary stone into something sacred and beautiful. Prehistoric art. In France, explorers discovered a hidden cave. There were vivid drawings of lions, rhinos, and wild horses on the ancient walls of the cave, which were painted over 30,000 years ago. This art was stunning, and the explorers claimed that they realized that they were standing inside humanity's first gallery, where early humans painted life, dreams, and mysteries. Nowadays, that cave is known as Chauvet Cave. Mysterious cat drawing. 5 years ago, archaeologists made a strange discovery on a hillside in Peru. They found a giant cat drawing formed by placing multiple stones together. It could not be observed from the ground, but from the sky. It could be seen clearly. Did humans make it, or did some otherworldly creature leave a sign of its existence? There is no authentic evidence that can prove whether this painting is man-made or alien-made, so it is still a mystery. Cave of Art. An archaeologist was wandering in the mountains of Spain with his daughter in 1879. His daughter suddenly saw a deep cave, and she insisted his father to go inside the cave. While they were exploring the cave, her daughter came across some paintings. She called her father to have a look at them, and later they were recognized as Paleolithic art made by an ancient generation 13 to 22,000 years ago. There were paintings of buffalo, deer, and horses. He wrote a letter to the Archaeology Society, but they paid no attention. Sewer ghost. In London, the sewer system of a building was not working 14 years ago. The technicians sent a remote control camera inside to look at the issue. When the camera went into the sewer, it captured something strange. 2 glowing eyes at some distance in the darkness. Curiously, they moved the camera forward to see what it was. But it showed up for a few seconds and then sped back. Was it a monster hiding in the sewer or a ghostly figure? It is still a mystery. Cave of Spiders. 2 years ago, a couple was exploring the forest of the Crimean Peninsula when a strange incident happened to them. They came across a deep cave and went inside. They were unaware of moving towards danger. Stepping inside, they were left stunned after looking at millions of long-legged spiders. They resembled a dark wave everywhere. When the man touched them, a swarm of spiders attacked them, and they climbed over their body. They recorded the video and shared it on Instagram, which went viral, and the audience revealed that these spiders are not venomous. A buried tomb. A group of explorers was wandering in Iraq when they discovered a strange tomb. The footage they recorded during the discovery showed a person lying in a glass box, which many believe was the tomb and the preserved body of the Sumerian god Gilgamesh, a legendary king of the city of Iraq. He was kept so well that it seemed he would awake in a moment. People are divided about it. Some believe it was a real discovery, but others denied it, saying the clip was made to gain views, leaving the discovery an unsolved mystery. A pile of shoes. A group of tourists was exploring the mountains of Cappadocia in 2021. They saw a cave from a distance and decided to explore it. Inside, they saw thousands of shoes. Their curiosity rose, and they went deeper into the cave and found bones everywhere. They were shocked to see these human remains. Maybe the humans were eaten by a chupacabra or some other monster, and now there were only bones and shoes left. They recorded a video of the remains and shared it on YouTube. Some said that these might be animal bones. But by the looks of it, some people were sure they were human bones. And there have been countless reports of people going missing around these caves.
I don't understand why people make jokes about white people doing the dumb shit in horror movies. We literally saw a pile of children's shoes, some bones, and decided to keep going.
Yeah, I'm not scared of horror movies anymore.
Mysterious figures. In 2024, an extraordinary event happened in the mountains of Ilha do Mel, Brazil. A group of hikers was traveling when they captured something strange. It looked like 2 humans standing at the top of the mountain. Nothing out of the ordinary. But how was it possible that a man looked so massive even on the top of a mountain? Some people said they were aliens, while others thought it was a mirage.
Mano, pior que mexe esquisito demais.
The government of Parana State issued a notable comment suggesting that even strange beings visit their coastlines. After seeing this, a question emerged in my mind about what is truly hidden in the different corners of the world, and what mysteries are still waiting to be uncovered. Ancient swords. 2 years ago, a team of archaeologists made a remarkable discovery in a cave near the Dead Sea, Israel. As seen in the video, they were excavating an ancient sword from the rocks. They found not only one, but 4 swords, approximately 1900 years old. The swords were found with their wooden and leather handles and covers that were still intact. Archaeologists believe Judean rebels hid the weapons after being taken from the Roman army. The swords were carefully unearthed, and now they are in the hands of the Israel Antiquities Authority. Noah's Ark. High in the mountains of Ararat in Turkey, explorers claim to have discovered something amazing, a massive wooden structure fixed deep in the mountains. Its measurements and design resemble the descriptions of Noah's Ark from ancient texts. Could it really be the resting place of the boat that survived the deluge? Some geologists claimed it is just a rock formation shaped like a boat, but others argued that wooden and metal remains were found at this site, which proves it is a real boat. But there is still no valid evidence that can prove it is actually Noah's Ark. Whether myth or miracle, the mystery is still waiting for answers. Lost Palace. In the heart of ancient Greece, archaeologists in 1939 uncovered a strange palace, a wide complex filled with thousands of vessels, a throne room, a bath, and artifacts from a forgotten age, which is now known as Nestor's Palace. The remains, carefully preserved, reveal glimpses of royal life thousands of years ago. Nowadays, it is a stunning tourist attraction. This discovery connects us to the Mycenaean civilization, a world of myths, warriors, and gods. Standing inside the palace, one can almost imagine him in ancient times. Titan Glimpse. Something unbelievable happened in British Columbia when a man, Andrew Dawson, was driving his car, and he filmed a strange, tall figure slowly moving on a distant mountain, which looked like a human giant. Was it a trick of the light, or something far more ancient? He uploaded the video on TikTok, and it caught the audience's attention. Some talked about ancient tales of beings that once walked the earth, larger than any man.
There's a person standing there. No, it's not. Dude, have you seen what I've seen right now?
Could this be a part of those times? A giant awakened from a long sleep? The truth remained unclear, but one thing is clear. The mountains hold secrets we are only just beginning to uncover. Lost Castle. Back in 2022, as drought gripped Turkey, water levels fell, revealing something hidden for centuries, the remains of a lost castle carved into the mountains along the Euphrates River. Long and narrow galleries connect its walls, rooms, and tunnels. It could only be reached by boat, but tourists are availing themselves of the chance to look at its remarkable structure. Locals believe it belonged to an ancient kingdom lost to natural disasters. It can be an ancient temple or a church. Archaeologists are struggling to find its story, but one thing is sure. History itself rose from the depths to be seen again. A giant skeleton. A man was digging on his farm in Peru when his shovel struck something. On digging deeper, he found some giant bones. He informed the authorities, and a team of archaeologists was sent to examine the bones. On further investigation, they dig up a whole, crossed-legged male skeleton. They claim that it was roughly 3,000 years old. But they were not sure why this skeleton was sitting cross-legged. Did this skeleton belong to a community of giants, or just an ordinary prehistoric skeleton? They are still struggling to find the answer. A Skinwalker. A group of friends was hiking in the mountains of Condado de Utah 2 years ago. They suddenly saw a flock of deer at a distance. One of them turned on his camera and zoomed in to record the moment, but they were shocked when a strange thing emerged from the trees. A creepy creature crawling from the bushes and disappearing into the trees. They shared the video on TikTok, and it went viral. The viewers also noticed the creature, and they claimed that it resembled a skinwalker. Giant spearheads. A farmer was plowing his field in Israel back in 1962 when his plowshare broke, struck by a strange object. He got down off the tractor to see what happened to the plowshare. He found a giant spearhead. He informed the authorities, and a team of archaeologists was sent to examine the object. On further exploring that area, they also found another 3 spearheads and some armory weapons. They claimed that they belonged to Goliath, a giant human and Palestinian warrior who fought Israel's first king, Saul. It was a remarkable discovery, and those objects are now placed in an Israeli museum. A giant tail. Archaeologists in Coahuila, Mexico, made a remarkable discovery in 2013 that shocked the scientific community. While digging the soil, the team discovered a giant 16-foot-long tail with enormous bones. They quickly examined the remains and declared it the tail of a 72-million-year-old dinosaur. They guessed that the rest of this ancient giant's remains were buried deep beneath the soil, which increased their excitement for future digs. Makes you think what other prehistoric secrets might still lie hidden in the earth, waiting to be uncovered. A hidden portal. A strange incident happened back in 2016 when a woman was visiting the Giant's Causeway in Ireland. She was recording the video to capture the beauty of the place when, unintentionally, something shocking was captured on her camera. A rock was closing like a door. Was it a portal that opened for a few seconds, captured unexpectedly, and then closed? She shared the video on the internet, and it went viral. Some viewers suggested that the video was edited. Lost City. Recently, a shocking discovery was announced by the archaeologists when they uncovered Pineiggo, a 3,500-year-old city once connecting the Pacific coast, Andes, and Amazon basin. Dating back to 1800 BC, they believed the place was a key trade hub near Corral, the oldest known civilization in the Americas. Further excavations revealed clay sculptures, animal figures, and human remains. This discovery now stands beside Machu Picchu and the Nazca Lines as one of Peru's greatest archaeological treasures.